The band photo, a chance to tell the story of you and your music, who you are and where you're going, and what you stand for. Or a bunch of random dudes up against a brick wall looking very awkward. We've all been there. We need some shots for social media, so we need someone with a camera. Joe's dad, James's girlfriend. Actually, my mate Dave's got the new iPhone 10, but the band photo is so important. It's the first impression. It's a way to grab attention, and if that photo is good enough, there's a chance of making it onto the front cover of a magazine on the strength of one picture. So today we're working with pro photographer Marianne Harris and a band called Kilo Down. Marianne has toured the world taking photos of artists like The Darkness, A Day to Remember and Bars and Melody. She's also worked for clothing brands like Macbeth, Big Deal, Criminal Damage and Slow Worm Skates. So we're going to do this shoot and pick the brains of Marianne so that you can implement all of this knowledge into your next photo shoot. This is Kilo Down, an alternative rock band for Brighton who are really making waves and have just been announced on the Breaking Bands Festival. And with news like that, they need to make a statement, and what better way than with a world-class press shot. The best way to get started with your press shot is in the preparation. What is it that you are going to wear? Now, a tip for this is to go shopping together and buy the clothes that you want to wear for this shoot. That way, the clothes are crisp and sharp and everyone knows how it all fits together. There's nothing worse than everyone turning up and saying, I've brought this and I've brought this, and you put it together and it looks like 3 bands all standing next to each other. I got the band to arrive at the office at 11 o'clock, 1 hour before Marianne, so we could make a plan and start to look through all of the clothes.
Quite a few suitcases full of clothes.
Right, well let's get some stuff out. Let's start getting stuff out and having a look at it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no!
Hello!
Everybody. In most of our shots, you're going to be right at the front. What we have to do with this photo is we have to tell the story. There has to be no doubt about how the band is and whether you like it or not. It's all you. So you have to stand there because people are watching you, they're listening to you, they're listening to the lyrics. So therefore, you have to be standing at the front.
We've kind of made an effort to all pick sort of muted colours and let her do the colours in the shot, basically.
I was going to wear some fishnets underneath so they look like double layered,
Great.
kind of cool, and then I usually keep one part of my clothing really patterned and then the other part neutral, so I'd wear these maybe with like a black top.
Let's go for a big statement at the beginning. What are we thinking? Let's just go around what we're thinking.
To be honest, I like jackets. It's
Yeah.
about the only bit of clothing I actually get excited for.
Right, yeah.
So I've got quite a few jackets. I was thinking this shirt to start with. Maybe the hat, don't know.
Yeah.
It's a bit divisive with the
Is it?
opinions, yeah.
Who doesn't like the hat?
Me.
Can you put it on? I want to see it now. I like it.
He's real proud of it. Yeah.
I had to travel up here for about 4 hours, so I didn't really get to bring loads
We've got
with
plenty
me.
of stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think there's enough to choose from over here. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm always like in the background in most of my shots because I'm just kind of the drummer and whatever. But I kind of like wearing very muted, kind of very simple stuff because I kind of like to let the others stand out a bit more.
Now, if you're not good with this fashion, you need to find someone either in or around the band that can help you because this is such an integral part of getting this photo right. Clothes that don't fit properly, colors that don't match, no accessories. These are things that show up a very inexperienced band. So if you're not good at it, find someone who's into branding, who's into fashion that can start to help you mold the look of this band. Next, hair and beards. This is my absolute pet peeve. We do probably 2 photo shoots a month with DK Music Management with bands. The amount of times that people are turning up with ill-fitted shirts and fungusy beards. There's no excuse for having a fungusy beard or not having a haircut for a photo shoot. This is your chance to show off the best version of you, and it's very, very difficult to edit hair and beards in post-production. So a big tip, get a haircut and sort your beard out well in advance of this photo shoot. So give me some bands or artists that you love the image and the branding and the look and the colours or the lack of colours.
Wild, they have really cool branding. They've got like They do this like with the denim sleeveless
Yeah,
jackets.
yeah.
The Canadian guys, they would like their branding is just really, really cool.
I love the way that there's a theme. You look at it and go, right, I get this.
Hailstorm.
Oh, hailstorm, yeah.
Usually it's
Hailstorm, and I've got some weather. But I do like the way that you look at it, you go, oh, it's a band. It fits together really well. Tip number 2, research. Have you put the time and effort into finding other band shots that you really like? The formation, the expression, the way people hold themselves, so that you've got an idea of what you want this photo to look like. On top of that, have you researched the area? Do you know areas that you can go that will take a great band photo, so that we're avoiding the brick wall scenario? So for this photo shoot, Marianne is a specialist in taking photos of bands outside, but she's got a lot of experience that your young photographer might not have. So in preparation, I had 2 venues in mind should everything go wrong. One of them was a hotel in Brighton with some very, very bright colored lights, and the other one was a venue with some really great graffiti and wall art on the back wall. Both of those venues were going to charge us £25 per hour for the use of that space. So if you need to have a little bit of budget, think about where you're going to go and probably allocate 20 to 50 quid should you need it to have your backup plan. We then left the office looking for some locations, and Marianne spotted an alley just down the road that she liked the look of.
Between each photo I take, I'll probably be like, yep, that's good, maybe change it up a bit.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff is great.
Helpful.
If it feels cheesy, it's not being cheesy.
Okay.
Get your pose on, nice wide legs, because that makes you look strong. Love
Strong
this, we can
independent
see your
woman.
legs, yeah. Hands on hips maybe, but without yeah. Or, you know, hand in your hair, bit of a growl. So, let's put you guys in around this. You come with me. Right, I love it. Only person I want to move is Erin. Erin, straight on. Get your legs wide apart. Give your hair a shush as well, right before we take the next picture. 2, 1.
Okay, so we've just finished the first part of the shoot. We're going to film in a few different locations wearing a few different items of clothing.
Yep.
But whilst you were shooting, I was watching, taking a few notes, and I've got some questions.
Yep.
So one of the big parts of this video is what happens if you don't have money? What happens if you can't afford a top level photographer like yourself? It means that we're going to try and eliminate all of the classic band failures that happen.
Yep.
One of the things we're doing is we're shooting outside, and when we were emailing, you said, I like shooting outside, I just looking for nooks and crannies and cool spaces.
Yep.
Because A, any band can do it.
Yep.
It's free.
And also because there's a wealth of backdrops essentially everywhere.
So there's no excuses.
No.
I noticed that when we're shooting, you don't have a load of equipment.
No.
You've got 2 flashes
Yep.
and a camera.
Yep.
So travelling light, which goes to show you don't need to have millions of bits of gear.
It's good because it's mobile.
Right.
So using flash guns and receivers and triggers means that I can just pick it up and carry it around.
Right.
Where obviously if you've got proper studio equipment, that's quite difficult outside.
While we're doing the shoot, you said, I've got a thing about hands.
Yeah. I have a thing about hands and legs and feet,
Right.
to be honest. Like just it's all about composition, I guess. So it's just like not cutting them out of photos, and if they're going to be in photos, they need to be most of the time, unless it's specifically a close-up, head and shoulders, you know, group shot.
So if they're in the
if they're in there, they've got to be having a purpose.
Right.
So in other words, do something with them.
Our end location was a big colourful graffitied wall in central Brighton, but on the way to it, we found this little gem.
Where are we going, Damian?
So we're going in the Upside Down House, so just near where we are in Brighton. We're very lucky to have this absolute crazy monstrosity, which is the Upside Down House, which is really cool because everything in it is also upside down. So it's perfect for like the Instagram world. And obviously this is Brighton, so it looks after us like that. So we're going to do a shoot in the Upside Down House.
Put your shoulder against the back, maybe. Yeah, that's good. Right, okay.
Now we're lucky in Brighton because there's plenty of Instagram friendly tourist destinations, but this place cost us a £5 per person to go in and take some shots. So you're looking at about 30 quid, about $35, $40 for us to get some absolute cracking material. Next, it was off to town to find some awesome graffiti.
So when you put the light behind, you get these awesome shadows. I didn't know what I expected when I came in, really. I thought that maybe you guys didn't. I knew you didn't have very much experience and had done a photo shoot, but I definitely would never have known that if I didn't already know, if you know what I mean. So, well done. So one of the things that classic band, maybe people standing in a row, that doesn't work for me. You need a bit of depth to it and a bit of angle, something interesting. Another thing that gets me, I hope this doesn't offend anybody, is when people put singers at the back of photos.
Right,
annoying, but in the same respect, people that put girls in their band at the back of the photos. Like, why? I get it, because I have met bands before, genuinely, who have not just one girl in the band, multiple girls in the band, and they're very much of the opinion of, no, we're all equals. We don't want to exploit the band on the fact that we don't want to use the fact there are girls in the band to exploit it. We don't want to sell our feminism or our sex to sell the records. And I'm just like, I get that, but you're missing a trick.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't real life.
Yeah.
This photo isn't real life. Put your actor head on, put your diva head on, just for these shots.
The whole photo shoot took us just under 2 hours, and Marianne took hundreds of photos before she took them away, edited them, and gave us a handful that she thought were the best. So how much should you pay for a photographer? Well, how much is a piece of string? You can pay nothing, or you can pay $10,000 for a world-class, world-famous photographer. But at this level, I usually recommend paying around about $200 to $300, which is about 150 to 200 quid, for a photographer that can get you great shots for your socials, for your album cover, any other artwork that you need. But this photo shoot proves that it's all in the preparation and the skill level of the photographer taking the photos. So a massive thank you to Marianne, who traveled halfway across the country to come and be involved in this photo shoot. Also, a huge thank you to Kilo Down. I think we'll be seeing some great stuff from them in the future. But if you do me a favor, like, subscribe, more importantly, come and be a part of this community where we're doing this all of the time. And I'm so super proud to watch what you guys are creating. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.